Hello friends, welcome to today's video. Today I thought we would combine two things into one. This is going to be a mask with me video. Most of my viewers know these, but if you are new, basic premise of it is I feel like a lot of us have masks sitting around that we just never really think to or find the time to use. Sheet masks, clay masks, moisturizing masks, whatever it may be. And so a mask with me is an opportunity to watch this video, put on a 10-minute mask. I will keep track of the time. When the 10 minutes is up, I will also put on a mask and I will put on some delightful, relaxing music, and we will spend some time doing some good skincare together while I chat about some things and also make sure that I turn off the ringer on my phone. The second part of this is I've never done a tag video on my channel before, and I thought I would do the Truthful YouTuber tag, and I'm going to name names. I've watched a couple of these and oftentimes people don't. I'm going to. So let us get into putting our masks on. I am going to use this Apto skincare mask, which I believe was my last video. I know I've gone a little while without doing a video on my channel, but this is a nourishing mask and my skin could use that right now. So here's the point in the video where you pause, we put on our masks, and then we will come back and start timing. My timer is set for 10 minutes and we're going to get into the questions. So the first question is, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided not to review it? So a big thing for me here is that I'm not a big channel. There's only been 2 products I've ever been offered in exchange for a review. And for both of those products, I did say, I'm going to, you're not necessarily going to get a positive review. One of them was the facial tanning product, which they reached out to me after I did my self-tanning sheet mask review. And the other was the subscription box that I'm going to forget the name of, and didn't like it and then decided not to review it. So no, there's only 2 products that I've been offered and I reviewed both of them, but I also have had offers for a lot of products to review that I've chosen not to because they don't seem like the kind of thing that I'm interested in. They tend to be very small and also questionable brands that reach out to me. Not always, but some things like perfume subscriptions. Sorry, I just had a little bit of mask in my nostril there. I wouldn't normally be interested in that, so I don't want to do it just because it was offered to me. Products you use alone but don't show or use online. I don't believe so. I think I'm pretty open with all the skincare that I've used and all the makeup that I use. I think if anything, there may be some, like, I don't know, a couple of like drugstore lipsticks or things that I use that just weren't interesting enough to do reviews on, but there wouldn't be any product that I haven't used that I'm keeping from anyone, or that I have used and I'm keeping from anyone. I guess I have a, from one of my previous BoxyCharms, a Kat Von D lipstick, and it's just sitting there. I don't use it. I'm not going to review her stuff on my channel, but I'm also not using it and then just not telling you guys about it. Product you want but won't buy because you don't support the brand. There isn't really. There is so much good makeup out there that there aren't huge. I mean, I won't buy stuff from Kat Von D and I won't buy stuff from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but also a lot of the stuff that I review comes in subscription boxes. So it's not like I'm out there purchasing huge amounts of makeup. I don't know that there's any other brands specifically. There's a couple brands that I've reviewed on my channel, just little ones that I don't really like their products that much. There's one in particular that I think I've ranted about that's not coming to mind right now. But in no cases am I tempted by anything in those brands that I am not buying because it's from those brands. Do you have any blocked words on your channel? That's for filtering certain comments. I don't. I'm lucky enough being a small channel that I have not really gotten people who are very harassing on my channel. That may change in the future, but any words I would block would just be really derogatory or nasty things, and I haven't had to do that yet. Do you delete comments? If so, why? I have only ever deleted one comment, and it was couple of years ago. And I think it was just something saying some nasty thing about how I looked or being ugly or something like that just added no value whatsoever. And I thought, no, I don't want that there, and I deleted it. But that's the only comment that I've deleted. I found what comes up a lot is, or not a lot, the most that I have of people saying things that are negative is, you talk too much, like shut up and get to the point, or, you know, she just blabs on before this point. If you want the review, go here. And I try to balance that. So I think I used to have some longer videos on my channel, ones that were closer to like 25 minutes where I really talked about brands. So I'm trying to keep them a little shorter, maybe in the 12 to 15 minute range. However, I try to balance that. There are some folks who don't care about like the brand stuff, but there are some folks who like my videos because of that. So I try to do the timestamps as a nice in between. So often when I get somebody who says like, you talk too much, get to the point, or, you know, the real video starts at this point, I won't be nasty, but sometimes I'll just let that slide. And sometimes I'll go in and say, yep, and there's always timestamps down below so you can watch the part of the video you would like to watch. Do you block people? I've only ever blocked one account, and it wasn't nasty or anything. It was just somebody spamming my account with, I think, wanting me to use royalty-free music, and I would get like one of them a day, and I blocked that just so I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. Have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with the brand? I have not. I don't have any relationships with brands, so I've never felt a need to be nicer to a brand because of that. But I guess I will say that I did discover with the face tanning product how difficult it can be to do a unbiased review when you do get a product for free and you've talked with the people. Like, they reached out to me and said, do you want this? I said, sure, I think it'd be interesting to do. You know, I'll do an honest review on it. And they said, of course. So we sort of chatted back and forth a little bit. They sent me the product. And as I was testing it, I was like, oh, I like this. And I'm like, wait a minute. But do I like it because it was sent to me? Maybe I should be harder on the product. And it's like, well, but wait, maybe I'm being too hard and I'm overcorrecting. So even though people are, I think in most cases, giving honest reviews, it can still cloud your judgment if a product was sent to you for free, especially if you have some kind of relationship with the brand or the marketing people who are in contact with you. Have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know? Again, I don't believe so. I think there are some products that I say I'm a little meh about, like they're not my favorite, but they're not my least favorite. And sometimes I'll end up still using them quite a bit. It doesn't necessarily change my opinion, but I do try to use up products. And the one that jumps to mind right now is the Pretty Vulgar setting powder. It's not my favorite powder, but I do find I'm using it a lot lately, not because it's grown on me, but because it's a full-size powder that I have, and therefore I feel like I can go through it and not feel bad about it. Some of the other ones, like the Tarte finishing powder, which I like quite a lot, I only have a little sample of, but I feel like I save it more for good occasions. But if my opinion ever changes on something, I will come back and tell you guys about it. Okay, we've only got 3 minutes left and I haven't gotten to the juicy ones. So, influencers you trust the most and influencer you don't trust. Influencer you don't trust. Okay. I think there's a couple of reasons, and I feel like trust is a loaded term there, but I don't watch any beauty YouTubers that I don't trust. And I feel like there's a little gang of folks where it's not that I don't trust them, I don't really value their opinions. Some of those bigger folks like Laura Lee and Manny and Jeffree Star, I don't not trust them. I just don't watch them because they're not my folks, and I don't necessarily want to give them views or care about what they think of things. I think there are folks where their skin's not the same as mine, so this is kind of back and forth. Thetela is probably one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. I really value and trust her opinion. I think that she shows you how a product does. She's very truthful with everything. She really nitpicks on stuff, but in a good way. At the same time, her skin is very different than mine. Hers right now is ultra dry, or even when it used to be ultra oily, it's not the same as mine. So I trust her opinion for her product and her skin. I don't trust that her opinion is going to carry through to how a product is going to perform on me. So there are people I enjoy watching, but I know that things perform differently on them. I think Tati is very, she'll usually let you know when she has a bias, and when she does have a bias, she very much has a bias. But I think she's very truthful and stuff. I don't trust her opinion on things to do with sort of the cleanness or some of the more scientific side of things, because I think she doesn't understand that part of it. That's fine. And there are some other folks where I think that I don't trust their opinion because, so for example, there's a couple of people I watch where I don't think they do their makeup very well. So I don't necessarily watch them anymore. So, Truthful was a channel that I used to watch quite a lot, but I don't think that she applies makeup in a way that I would apply makeup. So tends to put on a lot of foundation when she's reviewing it, which is kind of the opposite of what I do. I try to use sort of the minimal amount possible. So I don't trust necessarily her opinion on the foundations because it's not how I would apply it. So while I do enjoy watching all of the channels that I mentioned, except sort of those ones at the start, for a few different reasons, there are also reasons why I wouldn't take their recommendations on things wholesale. And see, now we've gotten to 10 minutes. I'm going to talk a little bit more, but I will tell you we're at the 10-minute mark. So if you do want to pause and take off your mask now is the time to do it. But I also want to continue on with this tag. Secret tips or product application you don't show while on camera. There isn't. I try to show you guys everything. The only things I don't necessarily show is often eyeliner, because the way that I'm set up here, there's nothing in front of me to rest anything on. I usually have to hold a mirror and do whatever I'm doing, and I just find with eyeliner, it's like I need one more hand than that. Have you ever showed one product but we're actually using another? Definitely not. Have you ever not disclosed a sponsorship? No, as I said, there's been 2 products that have been sent to me. Have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Again, no, but not a lot of interactions with them. Have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product? I think I've only done maybe 1 or 2 anti-hauls, but I think there were a few things in there that the reason that I didn't necessarily like things was because other people brought to my attention, other YouTubers or influencers or online communities brought to my attention issues with those products. So in that case, yes, I mean, if there's a lot of hype out there about a product, I'm more likely to pick it up and try it. If there's a lot of negative opinions out there, I am less likely to try it, but I really try not to let those impact my opinion when I'm telling you about it. And I think what keeps me in balance there is I try to tell you guys pros and cons of products instead of saying, yes, this is amazing, or no, this is terrible. That leaves a lot of room for not having a lot of black and white areas. And by telling you pros and cons, things that work, things that didn't, it gives you an opportunity to decide, maybe the reasons I like or dislike something is different than what you're looking for, or what your skin is like, or what you like in your makeup. And therefore, even if you don't have the same preferences or skin or makeup likes and dislikes that I do, that you can hopefully still get something out of my reviews. Things that other creators do that get on your nerves. Let's see, there isn't, because I like different people for different reasons. I mean, if things really get on my nerves, I just don't watch those people. I like makeup channels and reviewers who tend to be a little more chilled and laid back. I like to relax while I'm watching videos. So if people are super hype or like screechy or over the top, that's not my vibe. So that kind of gets on my nerves, so I just don't watch it. I think in terms of also like trustworthy and not trustworthy, just to go back to that and to finish the video off, I think there's room for change. So, and also trust in different areas. So I'm going to bring up two big YouTubers here. Jaclyn Hill, I watch a lot of her older videos or her tutorial videos. I think she is an excellent teacher when it comes to applying makeup. However, if it's anything to do with Morphe or a brand she's affiliated with it, I don't trust her opinion on it because I think she would not necessarily let you know the negatives. But it doesn't mean I don't trust her overall. I trust her as being a teacher. I just don't trust her opinions on certain brands. The other person I will mention is Nikki Tutorials. I feel like there was a period there, maybe a year or more ago, where she was doing a lot of affiliate links. She was doing a lot of receiving a lot of products and really a lot of affiliate links. And I felt at that point like I couldn't really trust her opinions on products, but I feel like she's really changed. I feel like she's really letting you know more about where products came from, being very transparent about everything. So I find my opinion has shifted. I've always really liked Nikki as a person and a personality. And I found that my trust in her has grown over the last year or so. So I think that in terms of trust, it's not a one and done kind of thing. People can really evolve in how they approach their interactions with brands and affiliates and sponsorships and with their audience. So I'm gonna leave that there. I am going to go jump in the shower because this mask is very sticky and hard to get off. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it all the way to the end of this, leave a comment and let me know. Let me know you made it to the end, and also give this a thumbs up. That's all from me. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.